Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another reading for the collective. So let's start with a prayer, and then we're going to do our subconscious cards, and then we're just going to jump right on into a reading. Almighty God, I ask that you allow me to be a clear channel and a clear portal for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this reading. You know who they are and where they are in their journey and what they need. And God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative entities, spell work, evil eye, black magic, anything that is not of your highest and purest divine light. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So let's get our subconscious cards here. Ooh, okay. Let's jump right on out. And I think, yeah, it's almost the 6 cards we need here. Let's get one more. Okay, I'm going to take that one on top. All right, so needing to address an identity crisis, struggling with a fragmented or unclear sense of self, often due to significant life changes or traumas, leading to spiritual confusion. So, identity crisis. Needing to correct energy imbalances, disruptions in the flow of energy throughout the body, often associated with various energy systems such as Qi or Prana. Energy imbalances. Needing to heal an inferiority wound, pervasive feelings of inadequacy, unworthiness, and self doubt, often leading to comparison with others, seeking external validation, and a reluctance to pursue one's goals or dreams. It's really giving me somebody that feels stuck. An overemphasis on external validation, seeking validation and approval primarily from external sources rather than cultivating internal validation. Dealing with chronic stress or burnout, prolonged stress and exhaustion that can affect physical, mental, and spiritual health. Yeah, this is somebody definitely going through. A blockage of the third eye chakra, challenges with intuition, insight, and spiritual awareness. Yeah, okay, so that's our subconscious cards. They can be past or present, but there are things that this person is needing to heal or address on the subconscious level. So this is stuff that they more than likely could be aware of, but it's it's there on the subconscious. Let's see. We'll see if this person has healed from these things or they're needing to still heal from them. Yep. So first card's out. Antagonistic. First card out. Antagonist. Fake friend. This reading is for a feminine energy. That's what I'm feeling. Like this feminine energy here. Workplace issues. Triggered. Metal. Take that. Fixed mindset. Oh boy. Let's grab some more and then we're gonna jump right on into this reading. Whoop. Take this bottom card. Unresponsive. snatched on your own. Hmm. What we got here? Retaliate, diva, finesse, extraterrestrial, and I'm gonna pull another little bit more, and then I can get started here. Let me take that one. Irresponsible. Mm. Burnout. Deceitful. Take this top. Salty. Mm. We got one more out of this. Okay. Legal matters. So this is a very interesting read, and I kind of love when something unusual pops out. So this is one of those unusual pop out messages. So this message is for a feminine energy, and I feel like this is unusual. Like I say, unusual in the sense that it's not for uh, a couple that are in a romantic relationship. This is a feminine energy that has found out that somebody that she considered, I mean, for lack of better words, this is somebody you considered a really good friend, maybe even call them a best friend. So, what I'm picking up is kind of, I mean, let me put it in the context of the proper whole. This is a breakup between two friends. Yeah. That's why I say it's unusual because I was expecting like a romantic situation, but no. So, I'll refer to the main feminine as feminine number one, and then the other friend, feminine number two, so that I can keep this clear. Okay, so feminine number one is finding out that the person that they considered a best friend, I feel like whoever you are, you're very close to this person, but you're finding out that this person was actually a fake friend. This is somebody that was really a frenemy. They put on a really good face and a really good mask as somebody that was in your corner, that wanted to work with you. But I'm really just getting the fact that this person was really in secret competition with whoever you are, feminine number one. This is somebody who you're finding out. I feel like this is somebody who's very, whoever you are, feminine number one, you're very attractive in terms of physical appearance. Also, I get the impression that you're just a very attractive person on the inside. Like you just have a very good heart. You're very easygoing. You're somebody that everybody gravitates to. You're somebody that people really like. I feel like you are one of those people where it's very easy for you to make fast friends. Everywhere you go, people just like they just want to be around you. They want to have conversation with you. But also, like I said, I get the impression that you're very physically attractive. You could be fit, or you just, it's the ways, or it could just be the energy and how you carry yourself. You're confident in a way where you're not cocky, or you're not arrogant or narcissistic or any of those things. You're just confident in who you are because you know who you are. And I feel like the person, this feminine number two, was initially drawn to you because of that, because you had that aspect of your personality that she not only admired, but she envied. And her envy turned into jealousy, competition, rage. And it really just turned into this person secretly behind your back wanting to destroy you. It's giving the feeling of like, it's a movie from back in the day. Oh my God. It had Tori Spelling in it. So now I gotta look it up real quick because that's gonna bother me. It was like a Lifetime movie. I'm telling my age because I feel like this came out in the early t- I want to say early 90s. Yeah. I think it was called Death of a Cheerleader. Yeah. I think that was it. Hmm. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I think that was it. Death of a Cheerleader. But basically, it's this ideal of this very popular girl who was a cheerleader. She made friends with a girl. They became like best friends. And the girl who was envious and jealous, like literally unalived the cheerleader because her somewhere in there, her admiration and wanting to be like this woman, like literally, like it drove her to actually unalive the woman who she was in admiration of. I'm not saying that this is where this friend was going with it, and I saw 1212 on the timer when I say that, but it just gives me that energy of like this is somebody that like they allow their admiration of that thing about you that you kind of have like this, like I said, it gives almost like a star quality where you're just popular, but in a way where it's genuine, like people just genuinely like you and drawn to you because of your energy, and this person was drawn into you because of that, but she somehow allowed that to go the like she allowed it to turn inward in a way that was not healthy. Is basically um yeah, this is somebody who you're starting to see now that they have a lot of diva ways about them. This is somebody who, like I said, they almost started becoming, and it sounds crazy to say this, but this is somebody that became kind of like territorial with you in a way that you would expect almost a lover to do, but y'all were just friends. Like it was never even, even a romantic. It really is just that this person just became, I guess, obsessive over you in a certain degree. I mean, this is not something I feel like this person was showing you, like they were covering and kind of hiding it very well. But you would get like little glimpses of things that this person that were, off settling for you. And I feel like you kind of like just filed those things away in your mind where you're like, well, she would do something kind of shady or something a little off, and you would just kind of be like, well, that's puzzling. That's like, where's she going with that? And you were never quite sure. Um, like I feel like your instinct was picking up on something, um, but it didn't come out until I feel like it's something that happened recently that triggered this feminine number two. And it made her show herself. And I feel like it has something to do with this workplace issues that's coming up. I don't know if you and this woman work together, or maybe you guys, like, maybe even if it's not on the job, maybe you guys were collaborating on a business, or you were collaborating on a project, or something you guys were collaborating on. And I felt like whatever this workplace issue, it is what sparked her, like, and it triggered that kind of switch in her where the friendship went from you guys being like buddy buddy to this is somebody that turned into, like, she wanted revenge against you. Um she wanted to one up you is what I'm getting. Like, this is somebody, like I said, they became very antagonist toward you, and I feel like you were kind of surprised, but not really, because you had already been picking up something. But it was the level of, I feel like, hatred or kind of animosity that came out that was what surprised you, because, like, I feel like you knew that she had little moments of jealousy and envy of you, but you didn't know that it was to this level where she just basically outright hated you secretly. And I feel like whatever happened in this project, like I said, you guys could have been working on a business together. It was something where you guys wind up almost a little bit in what could be considered a position of competition. But I don't think you saw it as competition. You really just saw it as like, oh, okay, we'll get a chance to work together, and but you being you, you're a go-getter. You're driven, and you are naturally one of those kind of people that when you take on a project or you do something, you tend to be really good at what you do, and you're very driven and you're very focused. So stuff that you do tends to turn out really well for you because you tend to be very meticulous and very thoughtful in how you complete projects. And you just, when you're onto something, I feel like whoever you are, feminine number one, like when you're onto something, you just really dig down into it and you give it your best and you give it your all, and you just put out quality products. Like, if you're doing a project, a school project, or, I mean, this could be like college or something, but like, because I feel like whoever you are, you guys are older, not like high school age, but like older. Even though I brought up the movie Death of a Cheerleader, I feel like we're talking about grown women here. Um, like I say, you just put forth good effort, you put out good work, whatever you put your mind to, you just do a very good job at it. And I think that is always just being your nature. That's just part of your personality. It's not something that you're even probably consciously aware of or think about it in a like deeper sense of how that would make somebody else feel, because you're not doing it to make other people feel bad. You're doing it just because that's who you are. Like I said, if you're on a project or you're doing something, you're going to give it your all. You're going to give it your very best. But this person felt triggered by how good you were doing. Maybe, like I said, whatever it is, maybe you guys were doing makeup tutorials on YouTube together. Like, whatever it was, like, it was something that you guys were collaborating on, and you just happened to be shining a little bit more at it because you're just naturally good at whatever you put your mind to. And it really triggered and brought out that envy and that hidden um, jealousy, because your friend allowed it to, she allowed it, the female number two, feminine number two, she allowed it to like foster, and she allowed it to grow, and it growed into hatred is what, like, where, like I said, when y'all first met, it was admiration, it was a little envy, a little jealousy. But instead of her addressing that within herself and healing that and really understanding that where it was coming from was that she really just admired you, and she really liked and admired the qualities that you had, it turned into like covetousness, where she was coveting your energy and coveting you just being who you are. And I feel very clearly, whoever you are, like, you must be, it's giving me like you're a light worker for sure, because I feel like you just have this natural energy about you. Like I said, you just tend to draw attention in a natural way where it's not like you're trying to outshine people or one up people. You just have this energy, this presence about you. And like I said, this is somebody who really, while you guys were working on this project together or whatever it was, I'm not getting that part clearly, but I feel like I said it was some kind of collaboration. Like I said, could it be anything from an actual you guys worked at the same place? It could be you guys worked on projects together. Maybe, like I said, it could be you guys um, ran a YouTube channel or you were doing makeup tutorials or hair tutorial, whatever it was you guys were doing. This person was triggered by how naturally good you were. And they literally turned this into, like, I feel like this explosive drama filled, antagonistic situation where you guys literally fell out because this is somebody that got very, like I said, they got very revengeful, they got very spiteful. They turned on you in a way that, like I said, it kind of was a bit shocking because you didn't know how much animosity that this person had towards you. This is somebody who suffers from a lot of, I feel like this is somebody, this feminine number two, this is somebody that comes from a much more chaotic background than you. Like, I feel like this is somebody that has a lot of inferiority wounds because I'm feeling very clearly that this subconscious card stuff is related to female number two. So, this is somebody that spent a lot of their life feeling less than. They felt inferior their whole life. So she always had this wounding. And then meeting somebody like you who is just like confident, you know who you are, you're sure of yourself, you walk in your light and you walk in your authenticity, and you're just, like I said, you're just naturally good at stuff. Whatever you do, you're good at. So that just really tapped into her inferiority wound in a way that you didn't know. Like I said, it wasn't anything you were doing, you were just being yourself. But this person was literally taking you being good at what you do personally as though like you were trying to make her feel bad about herself. Like, that's the problem with having low self-esteem. It's like, it's as Cat Williams is saying, it's the esteem of yourself. Nobody else is in charge of your self-worth. Nobody can make you feel any way about yourself. And I say that because I hear people say that all the time when like somebody do something. Like, say example, you're a female in a relationship with a man and he cheats on you, and you say to this man, you made me feel less than, like, no, his actions are his actions. You can't internalize what he was doing and, cheating. That was his decision to cheat. That's not a reflection on you. It's a reflection on him. He's a cheater. But if you allow it, you can internalize and, oh, he cheated because I'm not good enough, and because, I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not thin enough, or I'm not this, I'm not that, when the reality of the situation is he was just a cheater. So a lot of people will say, oh, this person made me feel this way. Nobody can make you feel anyway. You allow yourself to feel those feelings, and if you don't check them, they will affect your self-esteem. They will affect your self-worth. You will internalize them. You will take them as, you know attacks. And this is what this person did. Like, she took you being you standing in your authentic power, you standing in who you are and just being good at what you do because that's just who you are. They took it as a internal validation that they really are inferior because they already had that wounding. So they just, oh, she's just doing this to antagonize me. And it's like, no, you not trying to be mean, but I feel like you weren't thinking about her in that way. Like, yeah, she was your friend, but You weren't thinking about it like, oh, I'm in competition with her, but this was somebody that was always in competition with you, feminine number one, and you didn't realize it until this workplace situation exploded. That this was somebody that was in direct competition with you. This is somebody who felt like um, one upping you and making you decrease. If they could dim your light, if they could make you feel less than and feel inferior like they felt, that they would win a medal. Like this is somebody, like I said, in their mind, they really just weren't seeing this right. Like, and this has everything to do with their own lack of self-worth and their own wounding. And it had nothing to do with you, feminine number one, because you did nothing wrong here. You literally just was trying to be a good friend for this person. But like I said, this is somebody that comes from a more, I feel like feminine number one, you have like, and I'm not saying you didn't have a rough childhood or a rough upbringing yourself. I feel like you may have had some things, but you just have this kind of personality where you're just like, when things happen to you or bad things happen in life, you just kind of have this way of, flipping it and turning it into something you see as a learning lesson, and you see it as a stepping stone, and you use it as an opportunity for growth. This person number two, feminine number two, doesn't do that. Like she doesn't, with her wounding, she doesn't have the ability to take things and turn them, like take lemons and turn it into lemonade. Like this is somebody that eats the lemons and just gets more bitter. Instead of them taking the lemons and turning it into lemonade, they just eat the lemons and they face all puckered up and they all bitter, and they basically internalize the lemon into bitterness. Like this is what this person was doing. And like I said, they really just came from like more of a broken background. I don't know if this person, and this may be for somebody specifically, but like it's giving a feeling like somebody like this feminine number two almost gives me like the energy of somebody that was adopted. Like they come from the foster system, where they've just never had like a good solid home life. They didn't have parents who were very loving or very caring around. Like this person is definitely coming from a place of a lot of trauma. And I feel like you may have had some trauma, feminine number one, but just not to this degree. Like this person was profoundly broken. And like I said, somewhere in there, they were drawn to you because they liked your light. They admired you. They aspired to be like you. But, very quickly it turned into them going from being in admiration of you to them being jealous of you to them being envious of you to them hating you. And like I said, this is somebody that like the level of revenge, and I feel like, and it's giving me like somebody who was doing beauty spell work on you, that was doing black magic spell work. Like this is somebody that was literally spell casting against you because they were just that jealous, you know. Like I said, this is somebody, this feminine number two. I mean, like I say, her energy is coming across as salty. She's very bitter, and she's very antagonistic. She's very uh deceitful. She's very deceitful. This is somebody that is always manipulating and finessing, and it comes from a place of woundedness. It comes from a place of brokenness. This is somebody that doesn't know how to speak up for themselves and really say what it is that they want. So they feel like they have to manipulate and they have to finesse people and they have to be deceitful in order to get their needs met, instead of them like saying, just upfront like what it is they want, and just being on the up and up about things. This is somebody that, like I say, from however they grew up. And that's why I say it gives me the feeling of somebody that was in a foster system, that comes from a history of a lot of trauma, because this is somebody that is not very good at being in touch with themselves emotionally, spiritually, and like I said, instead of them being upfront and just open about what it is they want or things, they feel like they have to manipulate. They feel like they have to get over on people, and be deceitful in order to get ahead instead of just, you know, well, if you're hardworking and you work on yourself and you clean up, you know, your wounding, they could naturally be in the energy that you are. But this is somebody with a fixed mindset who is actually refusing to grow. And I feel like that's part of why, now that everything has kind of taken place and this retaliatory, diva energy has finally kind of reached its max with you, you cut the friendship off. Now this is somebody that you're leaving on red. Like I feel like this is somebody, feminine number two is, she might be reaching out to feminine number one, to you, and you're just like, I'm good. No, you're like, I'm good, because even I feel like when you guys were working together on whatever project or thing that you was working on, this was somebody that was irresponsible. They were leaving you to do all the work anyways. So it's like you really started feeling like, why am I even working with this person? Why am I trying to be in business with this person? Why am I trying to do this, YouTube channel with this person, or this podcast with this person, or whatever it was you guys were working on? You just started feeling like, yeah, no, like you got burnt out. You got burnt out on this friendship. You got burnt out on trying to help this person. You got burnt out on trying to make this person feel good about themselves and like be supportive as a friend. It just literally was draining you dry. And this person was literally harvesting off of your energy anyways. So yeah, you definitely got burned out because like I said, this person was drawing on your energy and they were jealous of you. So they were also doing stuff in the background to try to undermine you and, cause you destruction and failure in the process. Because the person, like I said, they saw you as otherworldly, they saw you as extraterrestrial. And like I said, they, in a lot of ways, they had you kind of a bit on a pedestal in their own mind, but then just as easily wanted to destroy you off of that pedestal, which is crazy because you never asked to be on a pedestal. Like I said, you just was trying to be a friend to somebody, and like I feel like I say at one point, you guys were really good friends and you really cared about this person as a friend would, but now it's just spiraled into just, I feel like there might be some kind of legal issues regarding, maybe even a separation of the business, or you guys like going your separate ways. Like if this is like a project or business you started, I feel like now there's legal issues in the separation of that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, this is just given like this person just allowed their own, you know, woundings. And like I said, this energy imbalance that makes so much sense. Like this person is just very emotionally volatile. Like I said, they're very much a diva energy, and you honestly just got tired of that. And then like I said, whatever happened in this workplace issue where it exploded, it was the last straw for you. You're somebody who's now on your own. Whatever it was that you was working with this person on, you're now doing it on your own. Like, and it's just as successful, if not more successful. Honestly, I feel like it is more successful because now you don't have this person in your energy, and you don't have this person basically doing spell work and black magic. And as you guys are trying to build a business or the company or whatever it was, like you was kept hitting these roadblocks and the stagnation, but it was because this person was spell casting and it was wishing black magic. So it's like, how can you be part of a business that you're wanting to fail? But this person was wanting to fail because they felt like you were the one that was like the successful one in the thing. And I feel like it was one of those kind of situations where, like, if there was, like, say this is a business, you know, people wanted to talk with you, people wanted to deal with you, the client wanted you, when they had to deal with her, they were just like, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. So you would have to step in and really kind of take over the project or take over for the client because the client didn't they just her energy was off. This is somebody whose energy was off. They were always in a weird kind of mood, or they were just irresponsible, or they just couldn't, if there was a task that needed to be completed for the client, like they were dropping the ball. So I feel like you were somebody who had to take the lead anyways, and the client preferred it that way because I feel like this is somebody who just they just got too much wounding. And like I said, you just got tired of it. Like you were carrying the business or the brand or the channel, the YouTube channel, whatever it was that you guys were working on together. You were doing all of the work anyways. Because like I said, I feel like this person just it was just too much. And like I said, this is somebody who is refusing to change. They're, used to this, spiteful energy that they've been in. And it's just over time, like I said, it's just gotten worse. This fixed mindset, this manipulation, this being superficial and difficult to please. You just got tired of it. It burnt, like I say, burnt out. You're done. Um, Yeah, this is a really, like I said, this is a very interesting read because I think I've only had one other reading where it was like a friendship breakup or something to that degree. So this is like now the second one where I've gotten like a friendship breakup, not a romantic breakup. But yeah, like I said, this is just somebody who, honestly, I feel like they could have really learned from you, female number one. Like, you know, they could have really learned from you, but they were too busy just being jealous of you, too busy um, trying to one up you, trying to, somehow feel like if they can, get up and get over on you, that would make them feel less inferior. Because this is somebody, like I said, they're very tied to external validation. They care too much about what other people think. And this is somebody who, along with their, I energy being, all over the place, is very volatile. They're not very intuitive, and then they just don't have a sense of themselves. They don't know who they are, and they really just need to do the inner work to finally, heal themselves and get their own sense of self so they can get out of jealousy of people who are, standing in their power and know who they are. So this is really, like I said, very interesting read here. But anyways, feminine number one, um, good of you for finally ending this friendship because it was a toxic friendship for you. And like I said, this was somebody that you, until this incident exploded, you didn't even realize that they were never a friend. I mean, at the beginning, I feel like they were, but that came and went so quickly. And then you really just was dealing with somebody who was really your enemy in disguise. They were just wearing a mask of being a really good friend, like a best friend, but they really was just envious and jealous of you and was actually plotting on your downfall. And like I said, this is somebody that I feel very clearly was doing black magic and spell work against you because they were that bitter, that jealous, that envious. And then, like I said, that all of that turned into outright hatred. But yeah, congratulations on getting and cutting off this toxic friend. There's nothing you could have done to help her. Unfortunately, she has to now help herself and heal herself. But that is the message. Be blessed.